8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The US ambassador urges the expansion of female involvement in the judiciary. Landslide warnings issued to several districts. Huge crowds of pilgrims visit Anuradhapura and the surrounding areas today as well. The Election Commission goes against political appointments to monitor LG bodies. In foreign news, China's defense minister says war with the US would be unbearable and an unbearable disaster. In sports news, Sri Lanka won the second one-day international against Afghanistan by 132 runs today. The US ambassador to Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, has highlighted the importance of equality and expanding women's contributions to the country's legal profession. Speaking at the National Law Conference held yesterday, Ambassador Chung emphasized that the judicial sector is vital for upholding the rule of law and protecting the freedoms that sustain democracy. She pointed out the importance of equality within the profession. The National Building Research Organisation today issued an early landslide warning for several districts owing to the inclement weather conditions. Accordingly, warnings have been issued to the Bulat Sinhala, Agalawatta, Palinda Nuwara and Valallabita Divisional Secretariat divisions and its surrounding areas in the Kaluthara district. The Neluva, Elpitiya and Nagoda areas in the Gala district, the Pastara area in the Badula district too is under landslide threat if rains continue. Meanwhile, the National Disaster Management Centre says that 165 persons of 45 families in the Ratnapura and Kaluthara districts have been affected by the adverse weather during the past few days. Our correspondents say that tens of thousands of pilgrims have come to Anuradhapura and the surrounding areas today as well. The Atamasthaniya, Tantirimalaya and the Mihintalaya sacred areas are full of devotees at present. Many devotees observed Sil today as well. The Dharma Rashmi Poson zone in Pittipanahomagama opens for the public for the second day today. This will be held until tomorrow. The public can venerate the Nilagiri sacred relics that are displayed at the Sugatha Bimbaramaya temple in Homagama. These sacred relics were found in the Nilagiri Mahasaya, which is considered to be the second largest Dagaba in the Ampara district. Meanwhile, the Sambuddhaloka Poson zone, which has been organized by the Amaravirupiyagama Foundation, will be held in Hambantota today and tomorrow as well. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Election Commission of Sri Lanka has expressed its discontent towards a recent decision to appoint a representative of the chairman of the Regional Development Committee to monitor local government institutions. Accordingly, the chairman of the commission, Attorney-at-Law Nimal G. Punchiheva, noted that the matter would be brought before the Ministry of Local Government in writing tomorrow. Explaining their reason for concern, Punchiheva noted that such an appointment could politicize local government institutions given that the chairman himself is a representative of a particular political party. Thus he explained that this would be unfair to those affiliated with other political parties. The Election Commission chairman pointed out that the coordination required within local government institutions can be done through municipal commissioners and divisional secretaries. The police say at least 23 people have been arrested for allegedly entering the Green Lanka building in Navammavata in Colombo in the early hours of today and damaging its property on several floors. The police spokesman SSP Nihal Taldua said the suspects had damaged the property as the building was under a dispute over its ownership. It was reported that 2 embassies are also situated in the building. SSP Taldua said there was a dispute over the ownership of the Green Lanka building and there was a case ongoing at the Commercial High Court. The building is mortgaged and is owned by the Green Lanka Company.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Nestle Lanka hosted Nestle's dairy team from the Zone Asia, Oceania and Africa for a workshop aimed at developing a roadmap towards achieving a 50% reduction in emissions by 2030 in line with the company's sustainability ambition. Spanning across a week, participants from over 10 countries underwent training on Nestle's latest fresh milk sourcing standard and engaged in fruitful discussions regarding regenerative agricultural practices. The team also visited several of Nestle Lanka's dairy value chain partners to share their expertise, helping local communities adopt global best practices. Mr. Pierre-Emmanuel Morin, Director Technical Nestle Lanka, says, supporting over 12,000 dairy farming families, the company supported its farmer network through the volatility of the past few years by consistently accepting their produce even beyond the company's requirement to ensure sustainable livelihood amid socio-economic challenges. As one of Sri Lanka's largest private sector collectors of fresh milk, Nestle Lanka plays a significant role in helping develop the local dairy industry.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepaveda Mahatmya.
And now in Watchlight, doctors have raised concerns over the recent increase in skin diseases being observed in children. Pediatric specialist Dr. Deepal Pereira says that this is likely due to the increased heat in the country. It can also cause severe dehydration in children. Thus, he urges parents to remain vigilant about their children. That came to you in Watchlight. In world news headlines. China's defense minister says war with the US would be an unbearable disaster. Clashes in German city over jail term for a woman who attacked neo-Nazis. Used solar panels to become a global environmental disaster. China's defense minister has said war with the US would be an unbearable disaster for the world in his first major speech since taking on the role. At a security summit, General Li Shangfu said some countries were intensifying an arms race in Asia. But he said the world was big enough for both China and the US, and the two superpowers should seek common ground. Earlier, the US alleged unsafe maneuvers by a Chinese destroyer near a US warship in the Taiwanese Strait. Left-wing protesters and police have clashed for a second night over a jail term given to a woman convicted of vigilante attacks on neo-Nazis. Demonstrators in the eastern city of Leipzig set up roadblocks, lit fires and threw stones at officers, police said. Lena E. was sentenced to 5 years in jail but released pending an appeal as she had been detained since 2020. The protest in the city where Lena E. had studied had earlier been banned. While they are being promoted around the world as a crucial weapon in reducing carbon emissions, solar panels only have a lifespan of up to 25 years. Experts say billions of panels will eventually all need to be disposed of and replaced. The world has installed more than 1 terawatt of solar capacity. Dr. Rong Deng, an expert in solar panel recycling at the University of New South Wales in Australia, says there could be as many as 2.5 billion solar panels. According to the British government, there are tens of millions of solar panels in the UK. Energy experts are calling for urgent government action to prevent a looming global environmental disaster. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. China's defense minister says war with the US would be an unbearable disaster. Clashes in the German city over jail term for a woman who attacked neo-Nazis. Used solar panels to become a global environmental disaster. That was world news.
Development news.
Ceylon Cold Stores, a producer of beverages and ice cream, said it had recycled more than 300 MTs of plastics in the past year and was looking for alternative packaging. Ceylon Cold Stores said it had invested 23 million rupees in recycling last year. Plastic bottle collection had increased 10 times to 311 MTs from 39.9 MTs. Given evolving regulations surrounding single-use plastics and interest towards environmentally friendly packaging, continual emphasis will also be placed on exploring alternate forms of packaging, the company said. The group expanded its plastic recycling initiative in line with its extended producer. That was development news, and now in sports news, Sri Lanka fought back to square the 3-match one-day international series against Afghanistan today with a comprehensive 132-run win at Hambantota. Having amassed a target of 324, the Sri Lankan bowlers skittled out the tourists for 191 inside 43 overs for their biggest win in ODIs over Afghanistan. The third and final ODI will take place on the 7th of June at the same venue.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න
NSB Ithumitru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Litrogas Lanka has decided to reduce the prices of domestic liquefied petroleum LP gas cylinders with effect from midnight today. Accordingly, the price of a 12.5 kilo cylinder will be reduced by 452 rupees to 3,186 rupees, while the 5 kilo cylinder was reduced by 181 rupees to 1,281 rupees, and the 2.3 kilogram cylinder was reduced by 83 to 598 rupees, Litro's chairman Mudita Pires said. Meanwhile, Laughs Gas yesterday revealed that the price revision of their products will also be announced in the near future.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekata life ekේ change ekata niyameta set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekata niyameta set wenna friendship එක menna.
The all-new NSB Ithumitru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And now in economic news, Sri Lanka has to focus on expanding taxes, Deputy Managing Director Kenji Okamura has said after a visit to the island. Okamura said in a statement that they discussed the importance of fiscal measures, in particular revenue measures, for a return to macroeconomic stability. The Finance Ministry this week issued rules requiring everyone above 18 years of age to register to pay income tax. That was economic news.
Weather report.
The Met Department says the southwest monsoon is likely to be gradually established across the island during the next few days. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central and southern provinces. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters are likely at some places in the Sabaragamuwa province and in the Galla, Matara and Kalathura districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the northwestern province. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in the Uva and eastern provinces during the evening or night. Strong winds above 40 to 45 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the island. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The US Ambassador urges expansion of female involvement in the judiciary. Landslide warnings issued to several districts. Huge crowds of pilgrims visit Anuradhapura and the surrounding areas today as well. The Election Commission goes against political appointments to monitor LG bodies. In foreign news, China's defense minister says war with the US would be an unbearable disaster. In sports news, Sri Lanka won the second one-day international against Afghanistan by 132 runs today. That concludes this news broadcast.